Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. And this video we're gonna solve an easy problem called the unique number of occurrences. We're given an array and we want to return true if the number of count of each value of this array is unique. Otherwise we're gonna return false. What does that mean? We want the count of any element is to be unique. For this example, we have a value of 1, its count is gonna be 1. We have value of 2, its count also is gonna be 1. Now at this point, now we have added another 2 elements, so we need to increment our 2 because we already have 1. So 1 plus 1 is gonna be 2, so the count of 2 at this point is gonna be 2. And there is another element of which is 1. We're gonna increment it by previously stored value, which is 1. Now we have like 2 elements of 1, 3 elements of 1, and last element is a new value which is 3. So now we have like single element of 3, triple elements of 1s, and double and two elements of number 2. And now each one of them is unique value, so we return true. We have this example, we have like 1, its count is gonna be 1. We have the element 2, its count is 2, so both of them have the same value, same count I mean. So basically there is no uniqueness count there, so we return false. Let's dive conceptually of how can we understand this problem and how can we solve it. So when we were talking about uniqueness, we usually relate to Hashmap and Hashset and this kind of stuff. So how can we solve this problem using Hashmap? So first thing I came to my mind is I'm gonna iterate through this array and I'm gonna store each value as a key and increment its value by 1 each time I visit it again. So for example, if I visited 1 here, I'm gonna add it as a key and we have a default value of 0 and we just increment it by 1. So now we have value of 1. Now we have element 2. We're gonna add element 2 here. We default value of 0 and we add it by 1, incremented by 1. Now the value is gonna be 1. Another element of 2, we just get the previous value and we increment it by 1. Now it's gonna be 2. Another element 1 here, we just increment it by 1 and now it becomes 2. Another one here, just it becomes 3. Now there is a new element which is 3. We're gonna add it and it's gonna be default value of 0 plus 1, which will return into 1. Alright, so what does that mean? We now have our constructed our hash map, which contains our unique keys, which are just an element or those elements of this array. So now we want to find now we want to find if there is any duplicates in this value column. So how can we find that? We need to use something like hash set, because hash set or sets in general remove any duplicates. So for example, we're gonna iterate through this column of values and now we're gonna iterate is we have like value 3, right? Our set is empty, so we're just gonna add 3. Now we have 2, we add 2. Now we're iterating at the last element, which is 1. We're gonna add 1. And now we're comparing our hash set of 3 elements size to the size of our hash map, and if the size is equal, then every value is a unique value or unique count. So basically we should return true at this case. But for example, if we're gonna make and I'm gonna just add one element here so to make it more clear for how this algorithm work. Alright, so it's just the same array as previous one. We just added one element at the end, so we becomes like we have like 2 values at key number 3. So now we have duplicate values, and now we want to remove this kind of duplicate values. So how can we gonna do this? We're going to use the same algorithm of hash set, and once we have implemented our hash set, we're gonna take the value of 3 and we add and then we add the value of 2, and then we were gonna try to add another value of 2, but since we're using hash set and set doesn't allow duplicates, so we will ignore this second value of 2. And what does it mean? We have like a different size of hash set compared to the size of map, so basically that makes us have a duplicate value, so we have no uniqueness count, so we return false at this case. Alright, so what's the space complexity and time complexity? We're gonna use a hash map and hash set. At most it would be the size of this array, so basically it's gonna be O of n of hash map plus O of n of hash set, and at this time it's gonna be 2 of n. Eventually it's gonna be O of n, because 2 is constant value. And for time complexity, we're gonna iterate through our array element once just to implement our hash map, and then we're gonna iterate through the values of our hash map to obtain our hash set. So we're gonna iterate 2 times at most the size of the array, so we're gonna iterate 2 to multiply by n, which will result in of n because 2 is a constant. And that's it for conceptual view of how can we solve this problem.